We are now in session for Calexico City Council, Calexico Redevelopment Successor Agency, Calexico Financing Authority, regular session agenda, approximately 6:33. Call to order, roll call.
Mayor Bill Hodge.
Here?
Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Here.
Councilmember Rocio Arroba Fernandez. Here. Councilmember Morris Risen.
Here.
Councilmember Luis Pacheco.
Here.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Hand over heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. Dale, would you just like to start it off?
Together, we pledge to provide effective and efficient services in a courteous and respectful manner to improve the quality of life for all in our unique border community. Viva Calexico!
Continue to stand. Mayor Pro Tem, would you like to do the invocation?
Señor, te damos las gracias esta tarde, Padre, de poder estar aquí representando a la ciudad. Señor, te pedimos que hoy nos ilumine, Señor, con poder tomar las decisiones correctas para el beneficio de todos, no nomás aquí en nuestra ciudad, pero de todo nuestro alrededor, Señor. Y te pedimos que cuides y protejas a todos los que estén pasando por un mal momento ahorita, hoy y siempre, Padre. En el nombre de Dios te damos todas las gracias. Amén.
Amen. Okay, you may be seated. Mr. Campos, closed session announcements? Okay. All right, approval of the agenda, but we have an emergency agenda item here. And
Correct. Mr. Mayor, we have an urgency item. It's the approval of letter of support for New River Project and Salt and Sea Management Plan
Okay,
funding. We could add that as item number 13, or number 13 after a discussion of potential actions. Does that work?
well, we already have a number 13.
Or we could just put it at the end of the agenda. if you-
14?
Okay, we'll put it at the end of the agenda.
14.
And then additionally, Mayor, we do have two clerical errors we want to note for the record that are on the agenda. The first one is under item number 2 under consent. If you can notice, number 1 and number 2 and number 3, they also have TOA. That should be TDA. So we want to make that correction to the record.
Oh,
Additionally, on item number 6, under discussing the potential action items, it says authorize city manager to sign change order number 1 with grafters fence. It should be crafters. So we're
Okay.
changing the G to a C there.
what's the name of the fence company?
Crafters.
Okay.
So if we could take a motion to add the item to the agenda, and then we can take
Yes.
another motion.
Okay,
to
wait, we have to do we have to do an individual motion to add the
Add 'em to
the
agenda.
item, and then we do an approval?
And then we do approve the agenda with the
Okay.
2 clerical errors.
All right.
I'll make a motion to accept the new item and add it to our agenda, item number
Is
14.
there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Councilwoman Fernandez. Very good.
We have to take
Roll. Okay, we do this individually. So you may begin, roll count.
Councilwoman Rocio Arroba Fernandez.
Here or I.
Councilmember, Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hodge.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
All in favor?
Morris Rising?
Oh, Councilmember Morris Risen.
Aye.
Okay. All right. So that passes unanimously, so that's been added to the
Agenda.
agenda. All right, very good. Let's see now.
Mr. Mayor, now we need a motion to approve the agenda.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there a
With the two
motion to
clerical changes.
approve this thick agenda?
Motion to approve agenda with the clerical
Okay?
fixings.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All right, once again, a roll count.
Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem David Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hodge,
Aye.
Councilmember Luis Pacheco,
Aye.
Councilmember Morris Ryzen,
Aye.
All right,
all in favor?
passes unanimously. So we have the added agenda item, number 14, and we have approved tonight's total agenda. Okay, moving on, we are at approval of announcements. These proceedings may be viewed on the City of Calexico website at www.calexico.ca.gov the Friday following the City Council meeting. Community hours with Mayor Hodge have been suspended due to coronavirus COVID-19. Community office hours will resume at a later date from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at City Hall in the City Manager's Conference Room, 608 Heber Avenue, Calexico. Now, public comments and public comments. Mrs. Gomez, any public comments?
We have one, no.
No.
We have one for item number 11.
Okay, very good. All right then, no public comments. Now we move down to city council comments and reports of meetings attended. Councilwoman Fernandez,
I don't have anything.
not today, okay. Mayor Pro Tem,
No comments, Mr. Mayor.
okay. Mr. Councilman
Nothing for me.
Pacheco?
Nothing today.
Well, I just happen to have some comments.
Good.
Mr. Ryzen?
No. Mr. Risen, excuse me. I'm sorry, what did he say?
My comment?
Yes. Do you have any comments today?
Well, the only thing I'll tell you that we finished the first or second phases of the gates downtown Calexico. It's all up already. It's ready to go. Ready to get cleaned up. Our alley's ready to get cleaned up and putting locks. We'll be putting locks on the gates. But everything's looking good. And the Verizon part has started already. Putting up the lights, the poles. And thanks for the effort from our city manager and the staff. So I really appreciate what's going on. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Councilman Risen. So for my part, I'd like to say this week I would like to take a moment to deeply thank all essential workers, but especially our Calexico Fire and Police Departments for their courage, great commitment, and sacrifices on the front line. These first responders are putting their lives on the line. Modestly, they will tell you that they're just doing their job, but we all know that they are making great sacrifices. Many of them have not been able to be with their families for many weeks. So when you see them, practice social distancing, but thank them for their services. That ends my city councilman comments. And now we move to city manager's report.
I'll defer my comments to Mr. Figueroa.
All right. Mr. Figueroa? You will defer, no?
I have nothing to report, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, that's going quickly. Consent agenda. We have two items, number 2 and number 3. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
Motion
So
to-
move. So move.
Second.
Second by Mayor Pro Tem Romero. We take a roll call.
Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem David Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hodge,
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco,
Aye.
Councilman Morris Ryzen,
Aye.
all in favor?
very good. Passes unanimously. Now, discussion and potential action items, beginning with item number 4.
We need to do number 3, I'm sorry. Did we approve 2 and 3? For the
Oh,
consent?
I'm sorry, we did not approve it.
Number 3?
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, we did.
we
Yeah,
did.
Consent agenda.
We just
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah,
items.
took the meal, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
we did.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, item number 4. Resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico adopting a list of projects for fiscal year 2020-21 funded by SB1, the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. And we have Liliana Falomir here to give us some background. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, council members. Back in 2017, as you mentioned, the governor signed SB1, which is the Road Repair and Accountability Act that provides cities with funding from the fuel gas exercise tax to repair and maintain streets. Every year since 2017, we have gotten funding, but we first need to approve the list of projects. So we are recommending that for fiscal year 2020-2021, we add to the list of projects weekly road improvements, as well as Scaroni Road improvements and Second Street Bridge widening.
Okay. All right. Council members, questions or comments? Local streets and roads. Any comments or questions?
Nope, it's very much needed.
Very much needed. Very good.
Which is already being
Okay. All right then. So is there a motion to approve this item?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Fernandez. All right, we need to take a,
Roll call.
Mrs. Gomez, a roll call. Roll call for item number 4.
Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hodge.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Morris Bison.
Aye.
All right, passes unanimously. And here is the next one. And Liliana Falomir will give us background on this one. And it is award the bid proposal from A&R Construction in the amount of $1,058,239.16 and authorize city manager to sign construction agreement for sewer main replacement project on designated streets. Background.
Yes, on March 2nd, 2020, the Public Works Department began requesting bids for our sewer main replacement project, which includes the replacement of an 8-inch and 4-inch sewer line. The streets that this project will cover will be Pauline Avenue between 7th and 10th, Dual Avenue between 5th and 7th, and Beach Avenue between 5th and 7th. On April 29th, we received 2 bids. The lowest bidder was A&R with the amount of $1,058,239.16. So we come before City Council to award the bid to our lowest bidder, which is A&R Construction. Funding for this project is a wastewater fund, so there is no general fund money going towards the project.
There is such a discrepancy between the two proposals here. Knowing what you know, when you see A&R Construction and you look at what they're gonna pay for, I mean, are they reasonable? I mean, are they, how do I say this? They're not,
Are we looking at, well,
they're not,
I think I can help you with that.
they're not,
Change orders.
changing, yeah.
Yeah, well, we did review all the itemized items, which I believe is on your 3rd or 4th page. We have worked with A&R Construction before. They have come in within the bid item amounts in other projects. I guess the difference where we saw a lot is just the mobilization charge. A&R was 75,000, Pyramid Construction was
Yeah,
226,000.
and Liliana, what I mean is, like, for whatever item they're going to do, is Pyramid overpriced, or is A&R very underpriced, based on market price?
Well, with the engineering the engineering cost estimate did come within A&R's proposal.
Okay. All right.
Hey, we'll take it. We gotta save money, Mr.
No,
Hodge.
I'll take it.
Gotta
but-
go for it, buddy.
But I just seemed like it was such a wide discrepancy. I don't think I've ever seen this much of a discrepancy. Okay, all right. Any questions or comments?
More than anything towards city manager, I know he has experience as an engineer. Just on this, the price differential, I mean, we just want to make sure we don't want to come back in the summer or when they start doing this project and we start getting all these change orders.
So I was able to talk to the contractor, and he's comfortable with his bid.
Yeah, that's
He's
a
a
good
reputable contractor. We've, as was stated, we've worked
Mm-hmm.
with them before. They do great work. I'm comfortable.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
City Manager.
Now, that's a good point. If they're two way below, there might be a lot of change orders. Okay, all right then, very good. Anybody else? All right, then do I hear a motion to approve this agenda item?
Motion to approve agenda item number 5.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Councilwoman Fernandez. And we're going to vote, and the subject is award the bid proposal from A&R Construction in the amount of $1,058,239.16, and authorize city manager to sign construction agreement for sewer main replacement project on designated streets. All right, we'll take a roll call.
Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hodge.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Morris Rising.
Aye.
All right, passes unanimously. Moving on to item number 6. Subject: authorize city manager to sign change order number 1 with Crafters Fence Incorporated in the amount of $39,900 for the Adrian C. Cordova Baseball Fields Fencing Project, number 2020-200. Background on that, or
Yes.
clarification?
Back in March 18, 2020, the City Council awarded the contract to Crafters Fence, Inc. for the installation of the Adrian Cordova baseball fields, which are 3 fields. Part of the specifications did not include the roof of the dugouts because we had projected staff to do the roofing, but right now Public Works has a shortage of staff, so we won't be able to meet the project schedule if we were to do it ourselves. That's why I come before you to ask for the change order number 1 for Crafters Fence to do it. It's going to be 6 roofs for the 6 dugouts that will be at the baseball fields.
Okay, very good. I've been forgetting before we move on. Any public comments on this item? No. All right, council
So we're gonna
members?
be nice, and home and visitors will have roofs.
Yes.
So they'll be in the shade. We wanna make a fair game out of it. Everybody's covered in the shade.
Right.
Okay.
So if we wait for the staff, you say we don't have the staff available, or?
Right now, I'm a little short on Public Works staff that knows how to do welding. So if if council doesn't approve it, Crafters Inc. estimate to completion is early July, then we would have to probably wait after July, maybe August,
It would just
September.
extend the
It would just
entire
extend
project
the
in
time,
general.
exactly.
Which makes no sense.
Mr. Dale, is there any bleachers that we're gonna provide for individuals to look at future games there? And
Cordova.
The plans show multiple components that are not included in this project, but bleachers is a part of the project to be purchased separately, probably directly from the city and installed by the city.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the next step obviously will be the irrigation, which may be done in-house. We'll try, we'll see if we have the staffing for that. That was the plan. And then we have the lighting and some other components, and so we're getting closer.
Okay. A lot of happy neighbors that their parks coming to fruition.
One of the nicest parks.
It'll be an elite park in this
Yeah.
county when it's
Yeah.
done, I think.
In the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions that I can answer?
It's huge. Any other questions for City Manager Dale?
Trees are in with water, right? Trees are.
The trees were put in as a part of a grant that the city of El Centro worked on and provided some of us the trees, so some of the other cities. So it already is starting to shape up, yes.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Dale. All right, council, any more questions or comments?
Make a motion to accept item number 6.
All right,
So
motion.
moved.
All right, and seconded by Mayor Pro Tem. All right, roll call on this one. Vote count.
Councilwoman Rosie Arroyo Hernandez. Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hodge.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Morris Bryson.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay. It passes unanimously. Now on to item number 7. Approval of a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico, California, determining and levying the Special Tax and Community Facilities District 2005-1 Earthstone. Background on that? Welcome, Carla Lovatos. Pleasure to see you.
Good evening, council members. You have in front of you the levy for Hartstone. This is part of our budget process. We are levying, we have a company, David, is this David? Let's see who does this for us. They've been doing this levy for us. It's Copeland Gruber. They do the levy for us, they make the assessment. We do have a public safety component and some administrative expenses. The public safety component provides both PD and fire for some monies for us, for the departments to go all the way up there. It has increased, it's a very small increase on the public safety component as well as on the admin expenses. This is just part of our budget process, and we need to get this approved before we finalize our budget.
Okay.
Do you have any questions on the levy or the assessment?
Questions or comments?
It's an
This
an-
is, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, this is an annual, we always do
Annual.
these
This is an
annual
correct.
things, so we come back and,
It's part of the budget process. We need to get it approved before we finalize our budget, and it's annually, we have the companies make the assessment again on the properties. And
Director Lovatos, I understand that a lot of the residents that bought houses there were very inconformed due to the fact that since the entire project did not get built out, they were
Correct.
left with the bill of having to pay the CFD for
Correct.
the entire project, was just those few homes that were built out. Is that still, that's still gonna be the case, I'm assuming, right?
Right. And there's a lot of delinquent properties. And this is something that needs to be, the levy needs to be remitted to the county, and the county adds that to the property taxes.
Okay.
And it says that the approved cost of the following, so you have a list here
Right,
of what this
Of the-
special tax is gonna cover.
that is correct.
Now, Earthstone they don't have a park, right?
They don't.
They wanted a park, there was supposed to be a park.
was-
It was supposed to.
Yeah.
That is
But
correct.
what about, I mean, shouldn't there be also here items like fixing the roads for them or other areas that directly benefit the community? This is all administration or collection and,
This is property taxes, and this levy is to pay the bond that there was for this area.
oh, okay.
So, the city is just a pass-through to pay this bond.
All right.
Let me,
Okay, any more questions or comments? No?
it's
It's a yearly
it's
thing
just
that we
it's
do.
just a tough pill to swallow because all those residents are going to be stuck with all those taxes. And
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like a 300 house project, and it ended up being way less. And like I don't know how many houses were supposed to be built in that project alone.
Something around 500 to 600.
And there was only like what, 200. So they still have to pay 250 something ounces more on taxes for all the other houses that were not built. Hence the reason why they don't have their parks yet, because the entire project did not get finished off. I just find it hard. I mean, I understand we have to do it because we do have a bond that's got to get paid.
Yeah.
But I just feel
Right.
I feel for the residents
the
of that.
short end of the
They
stick
got
on
the short
this
end of the
one.
stick.
But Mr. Dale, aren't we trying to work with the county to help,
You should
in
just
some
sit in the
way-
front seat, Mr. Dale.
to assist in some way?
We are there's multiple components to the problem that we have. We have back county taxes and we have back CFD taxes on the parcels that have not been paying. There's two problems there that need to be solved. We're working on both. We're able to get the county to reassess the parcels that are not developed as an undeveloped land. So the parcels went from an assessed value of $2 million each to about $200,000 each. So it's a big difference in the amount of taxes that are levied every year. So, but the county couldn't go back more than, say, 2 years. So,
Sheesh.
so there's still back taxes in excess of $5 million in property tax, and I think in I'm not exact, but about $5 million in CFD taxes on those parcels. That money, that somehow we need to resolve that issue before a developer will come in and build the rest of the housing. So we
Built it.
are working with our financial advisor and some other agencies and people to see what we can do to get those parcels developed. That's the goal. Once those parcels are developed, then revenue will start coming into the city and we can start paying that bond in full. I'd like to clarify that the houses that are paying the CFD taxes are not paying the entire CFD.
Okay,
Okay.
Their CFD taxes are the same exact taxes as if they're all were developed. We
Hence
cannot
the
charge
reason-
them more.
Hence the reason for the backlog for the debt.
Correct. So, yes, there are some financial issues the city's dealing with that bond because the funds that come in are not enough to pay the debt service on that CFD. So we're dealing with that as well. This is an issue, it's a big issue that I've personally been involved with for almost 2.5 years, trying to figure out a way of resolving it. And we are getting closer to some sort of resolution, but the resolution is to get it developed. And the only way to get it developed is to get interest in a developer. And they're not going to build on, take a $10 million hit. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So one way or the other, we have to make a way so that it's developable, and that's what I've been working on with Mr. Figueroa as well to make this happen. So I just wanted to clarify that yes, they're paying the CFD taxes, but no more than they would if it was fully developed. So we're not getting enough revenue to pay the CFD because of that.
Full price, yeah.
Correct.
Right.
And one thing that I think is going to make the residents happier, I can't say happy, right? But we are working on a project, and we already did the study and worked with IID on this, that to extend La Jolla Palms Boulevard all the way to Cole and give them a second access. So there is potential funding in place for that project that we are already in the works. So that should, I mean, it's not going to fix the solution, but it'll definitely be a part of the resolution, and it'll also make it more developable for when those two parcels that are empty to be developed because there's already infrastructure ready.
Right.
Okay.
The exit through Rancho Frontera and Cole.
Correct. So that's what we want. The big problem with that is that there's a canal that is parallel with
Yes.
Cole, and it's much higher than Cole. So a
Yeah.
bridge won't work because you don't have the line of sight. So it has to be undergrounded, and we got with IID. They they got back with us. They will allow it to be siphoned, and they gave us a cost estimate. So we're at this point, we just need to start the engineering, and then put it out to bid. So that should alleviate some of their concerns. So.
That's good.
But as I looked at the CFD, what was promised in terms of infrastructure has all been done. That CFD bond, unfortunately, it wouldn't be something that I would have done, but the city did it back then. It was a CFD that would paying fees. It was school fees, city fees, and those kind of things. And that usually is a burden of the developer. But somehow they were able to convince the city to put that under a CFD, which
Wow. That's what I was going to ask.
That's the
why
issue.
is the developer being
that
held
is the big
accountable?
issue. That they pay all in the CFDs is basically for fees.
Yeah.
And the small portion of the CFD bond that was for infrastructure, all that infrastructure got completed with the exception of the Cole Road improvements, which we're using that money for, hopefully for La Jolla Palms.
So instead of the developer paying for it, they put it in the CFD and the bond, which means who bought houses there is paying for all of that.
Yes, and so whenever they buy a house in that development, there's a very clear paperwork you have to sign saying you're going to be paying this tax, so it's not like a surprise, but
No.
unfortunately, that's the way that the history is written. It's not something that I'm sure this council or this staff would have approved at that, but that's how it is, and that's what we got to deal with.
Okay. Any more questions?
No.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dale, Mr. City Manager. All right, is there a motion?
Motion to approve CFD levy
Yeah,
on
this
the
one-
Hearthstone.
It's not an easy decision.
Second.
Second. All right,
Make it clear that it's for both the special services and the levy, right? I think the motion should be clear.
you want me to read the subject matter, what it indicates? Approval of a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico, California, determining and levying the special tax and community facilities number 2005-1, Earthstone. That's what it says. All right, we'll take a roll.
Councilwoman Rosa Fernandez. Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hart.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Morris Bryson.
Aye.
Okay. The item passes unanimously. Moving on to item number 8. We have another one for another area. City of Council of the City of Calexico acting its capacity as the legislative body for the Calexico Community Facilities District, number 2013-1, Grand Plaza, adopt resolution number 2020- authorizing the levy of special taxes within improvement area number 1 of such district for fiscal year 2020-21. Background.
Again, this is another levy that we do on an annual basis. This is for the Grand Plaza CFD. And again, we need to put it in our budget. We need to process this and send to the county for the tax roll. There is no significant increases. Again, this is an annual report that we have to do.
So we just do this. This is another one that we do annually.
Yes.
Okay. Any public comments? No? Any comments from the council? No? Okay. Is there approval?
Make a motion to approve this item.
All right. Second? All right, second. All right, take a roll count.
Councilwoman Rosa Fernandez. Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hart.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Morris Bryson.
Aye.
Okay, so be it. Passes unanimously. Agenda item number 9, another one. City Council of the City of Calexico acting in its capacity as the legislative body for the Calexico Community Facilities District, number 2003-1, Bravo Road.
Rodiles.
Adopt resolution authorizing the levy of special taxes within improvement area number 1 of such district for fiscal year 2020-21.
This is another one we need to send to the county. This CFD is for the area where the Adrian Cordova Park is, and this CFD provides revenue and resources for the city to work on that park and make the improvements.
So it would be just the northeast area?
Correct.
Okay,
We've had it already.
a little ignorant about this, and I'll be honest with you. So is this is a bond too, right?
This is not bonded.
This is not bonded.
The
It's
other
just
one
a
is
CFD.
bonded.
Why
This
I
is not
see-
bonded.
It's just a regular CFD.
That's why I
This is just a
see
regular
that,
CFD, correct.
that the money can be used for maintenance of park and open spaces with
Correct.
boundaries of, okay. All right. Okay, any questions or comments? All right,
I know this.
somebody like to make a motion, please?
Motion
on
to
this?
approve agenda item number 9.
All right, second? Okay. Roll call?
Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez. Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hart.
Aye.
Councilman Louis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Warren Eisner.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Agenda item number 10. Subject: adopt resolution number 2020- of the City Council of the City of Calexico authorizing the city manager or his designee to execute CARES Act grant, offer agreement, and/or any documentation pertaining to grant number 3-06-0034-019-2020 with the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, for the Calexico International Airport. Mrs. Falomir, any backup or further explanation on this?
Yes, back in March, the President of the United States signed the Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security which is CARES Act. And part of the CARES Act included $10 billion in funds for economic relief to the airports. We were informed in April that our Calexico International Airport was eligible to receive $30,000 of those funds for operation and maintenance. So we come before you to adopt a resolution to authorize the city manager to sign the offer agreement.
It's a good thing. Okay. Any public comments on this? No? Mrs. Gomez, public comments? No. All right.
We're gonna make any improvements on hangars or anything?
Yeah,
Are we
it's
gonna
30 grand,
paint the
isn't it?
runway, we're gonna get new lights?
What are we gonna do with this money?
Gonna-
Not much.
Well, actually, right now, we have out to bid the taxiway rehabilitation project. We're gonna be opening bids on Wednesday. So we're gonna open bids and then request the FAA to fund the construction portion of it. And if we receive the funds, then we can come before you to award the project. So that's, we have a lot of projects within the airport, but we have to do it one at a time in order for the FAA to provide us funding.
Okay.
30,000.
Yeah.
Yes, for right now, it's just $30,000 to help us with the operation and maintenance. We have seen a decline of the sale of fuel, so this $30,000 will help us. That way, we don't have to tap into the general fund.
It will be earmarked, right, for just the airport?
Yes, just
So
for the airport.
does fall under general fund?
Right. Well, it's an enterprise fund.
Okay.
But if we don't get the revenues coming in, then we would need to tap into the general fund. But
Okay.
this $30,000 would be,
Would be earmarked,
very
okay.
All right. All right, very good. Is there a motion on this item?
So moved?
Second? Second. All right, roll call? Yeah.
Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hart.
Aye?
Aye.
Councilman Moore Ryder.
Aye.
Okay, passes unanimously. On to item number 11. We have a public comment on that one. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Let me read the subject, and then we'll get some background and then public comment. Okay, this one, approval of the reorganization of the Community Services Department, including the elimination of 2 positions, and approval and adoption of 3 job descriptions and relevant salary ranges. Hello, Mrs. Garcia, welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. I have before you a request to approve the reorganization of the Community Service Department. That would be the Recreation Department and the library. And with the recent well, not recent anymore, with the retirement of the previous Community Services Director, it was decided that we would move forward with 2 separate departments instead of one department with 2 divisions. And with that, we have 2 new positions at the manager level, and that would be the library manager and the recreation manager, and as well as a cultural arts assistant over at the
Cultural
underneath, and well, yes, but serving underneath the recreation
Right.
manager.
Okay.
Those would be the new positions.
Okay, so there will be 3 positions?
3 new positions, yes.
Okay.
2 managers
So
and 1.
Carmen Durazo, you're gonna be hiring somebody to
The,
manage it?
the cultural arts assistant would be assigned to the recreation department, but would be doing all of the work that
It's a-
needed to be done over at the
It's a
cultural arts
part-time
center.
position.
It is a
that correct?
part-time,
And
correct.
pretty much the director separates into 2 managers,
Vamos a ver,
library
mientras que todo
and
vaya.
recreation.
Correct. I didn't hear, what did Ryzen say?
What, Councilman Risen?
He can't hear.
Oh, we'll speak louder.
I don't hear what the comments were.
Oh, okay.
No, we didn't hear the public comment.
Yes.
Yes.
The comment is from Carmen Durazo. Thank you for supporting the arts and establishing the need for a part-time city employee to man the Carmen Durazo Cultural Arts Center and the arts in our city. I strongly encourage the council to vote in favor of this item. And a comment.
Okay, thank you. All right, any more background, Mrs. Garcia?
Yeah.
You need it?
No, unless you have any further questions.
All right, council comments or questions?
So this new cultural arts would follow under the recreation?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. When there aren't events going on at the Cultural Arts Center, then they would be filling in over at Recreation with all of the activities that go on
Wait.
over there.
I think that the assistant cultural person in cultural arts, they're going to be there permanently, right?
Part-time.
They're part-time, but when they're there, I mean, that's their position to be there and no place else.
It's a part-time position under the Recreation Department, but they will be tasked with handling whatever happens at the Cultural Arts Building.
Okay,
So if there are
that's
no
important.
events, we wouldn't want to have one employee sitting at the Cultural Arts Center when there are no events going on. So their main duties, I guess you could say, will be to handle recreation activities as well. But when there is an event, whether it be after hours, during all of the art shows, then yes, they will be assigned to those duties. Their primary, of course,
Their primary.
right, would be to handle, that would come first over
Okay.
recreation activities.
They'll be
It-
responsible
Yeah,
for
because-
rentals and
Yeah, correct,
the rentals.
correct.
I'd be fearful that they might become absorbed into the recreational activities and then the whole objective
That's-
is missed there.
And that was my concern in the beginning. That's why instead of just having an office assistant or another, I guess another title for that position, it is the cultural arts assistant. That way, it's in their title. They understand their role, and the department manager understands their role and their duties.
Earmarked,
would be-
in other words.
Correct.
To that
correct.
specific
Okay.
There's no question on
location.
what the position was
Okay.
created for.
All right, and that's good. 'cause
And we
we've-
currently have no rec manager?
We have an interim. We have Norma is doing double duty as the executive assistant and the interim recreation manager.
Yeah,
Yes.
so,
Who's running the library?
Mr. Councilman Risen, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, I would, it's a long time coming that we separate these of the library with the recreation or community services. It's a good idea that we separated them, but I'm looking at the scope of it, of the job title, and I don't know, I really believe that it warrants a business, a VA, for this kind of job. We need boots on the ground. I need people to walk on the parks and do recreational promoting. And I believe that it can be done without having to be, with just experience in the street, you can do it. But they have to have experience naturally, and that's, I want to keep that there. But as far as the VA, I want to kind of, good idea to just lift people to just a regular high school diploma. So she's not applying for a city manager, they're not applying for assistant, they're not applying for HR, they're applying for just recreation manager. And I don't think that it warrants to have
A BA,
to have a BA.
I see. Okay. Any comments?
Ms. Garcia,
for-
where did you take the job description from? Did you pull from other,
I
I'm sure,
did.
other cities, and they came up with some?
I did, yes, I did. And it also keeps in line with our current manager job descriptions that we already have in place here at the city. So to deter from that, it wouldn't be consistent with what we already have in line.
So you're trying to make,
That's
Our
Who's
HR director? HR director Denise Garcia?
Denise Garcia?
HR director Denise Garcia.
Manager.
Okay, well, as it is, Councilman Risen, what you are,
I would like to,
yes,
I would like to, are we done discussing this? I would like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion that we change it for, the scope, make it for just a high school diploma and a real experience for,
okay.
instead of a bachelor being.
All right, so, City Attorney, this is actually an amendment when he says change?
Or contingency?
Do that?
What? Yeah. Okay, so,
the B.
so we take this first.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, but we handle it first before we go to the original.
But the
Yeah.
issue here is that, yeah, the issue here is that we have other positions that are like this, and the requirements are a BA. There's not one that says, we'll just take your high school diploma. They're asking for either 2 years of IVC with work experience or job experience, and then a BA with so much time in the field or working as in that position or related to that positions. So we're watering down, you're watering down the position.
But aren't these positions already, they're already allocated, right? Except the assistant for the Carmen Durazo? So,
What do you mean they're allocated?
so they would separate them and you would put them out again for people to apply?
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought you meant allocated
They're-
fund-wise.
No, not fund-wise. What I meant to, well, I'm
No,
sorry.
we
What
would-
I meant to say.
Publicized.
We
People will
would definitely
be
go
up-
out.
Okay, they would have to go out
Correct.
again for.
Correct, we would open the
Oh,
positions,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay,
What
See
I
if
would like to
Pacheco
see
makes a good
is
point.
if maybe, like Mr. Pacheco was saying, okay, we were talking about watering down, you mean like they don't have to have a BA, but they do have to have experience
In the field.
and some type of background in that area. That I do agree.
I think that's key, background in that area.
Because it's well, there's a lot of qualified people out there,
Right.
I'm sure.
And, and Mr. Pacheco raises a good point, but at the same time, recreation is different from librarian. I mean, I think the different skill sets and challenges. Okay, is there anything you want to say, Mayor Pro Tem, on the issue of
Personally,
amending this to only a high school diploma?
I would personally, I would like to leave it as is, just because I do feel that having some type of education does it does give you that experience. It does give you that cordiality. It does show you it gives you a foundation to work upon. I strongly believe, as a person who doesn't have a bachelor's, that nevertheless you do learn while you're at the job site. But it's always better to come in with some type of foundation, some type of education that that'll make it just easier for you to adapt to what the city expects for you to do in that specific role.
Okay.
So.
If I may, and I understand your point about recreation being different from the library, however, as a manager, you're still tasked with budget, you're still tasked with supervising.
certain
You still have
commonalities,
to know the
managerial.
laws with
Right.
employment relations. There are a number of things that, because somebody may have recreation experience, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to have supervisory experience or
Maybe that
managerial
recreational district-
experience in that field.
I think what you're trying to say, I understand now. It's like you might have recreation experience, but necessarily mean for you to lead an entire department. Maybe you're great at putting together, certain type of things that in particular, but when you in general have to take care of your staff, have to take care of budget, you have to come to meetings, you got to know your surroundings, and you got to know a little bit of everything around you.
The administrative side.
That's where I think the foundation once again comes back in through your education, through having some type of foundation where you kind of already know, or it's just easier for you to be able to sponge all that up and work more slowly.
Okay, no, good arguments. Okay, is there, well, I'll make the motion.
Where there's
There's a
already a
motion
motion
on
on
the
the
table.
table.
Yes.
Oh, Ryzen motion.
Councilmember Verizon motioned.
Okay. Okay, is there a second?
I second it.
Second it. Okay, then we need to take a roll call in that case. Further discussion?
It doesn't have to be a requirement, that's what I'm getting at.
Who has a comment? Okay, come on down, come on down.
We're gonna say it doesn't have to be this, that's what it is.
I'm sorry, I had forgotten that he'd made the motion.
Excuse me? Right now, it's a requirement. Okay, I understood that he's saying, we're going by what Morris is saying, that there doesn't have to be a requirement. Isn't that what you said, Morris?
That's the
Morris
motion on
wants
the
to
table
eliminate-
right now.
Yeah,
That approval contingency of dropping some of the requirements from the back.
No, that's it.
Okay.
wait a minute, let's not get confused. We do have a second. We have a second motion.
But it's discussion.
But we can have discussion right now, Morris.
Yes.
We have a second, we have a first and a second, but we're gonna have a discussion, and then we will take a roll call.
Mr. Mayor, what is the motion again, repeat it, please?
Well, I didn't make that out.
It was your motion.
What is the motion again?
The one you stated, Councilmember Morris.
Yeah, it's your motion that,
To eliminate the BA and just put high school. Diploma.
for recreational manager. Is that, okay? Discussion or comment?
Lily Falomir, I'm the Public Works Manager, and all the managers that we have in the city are required to have a bachelor's degree. Also, if the city plans on removing the bachelor's degree, then the salary range has to be taken in consideration because both the library and the recreational manager are on range 45. But it's not correct that for one, we do ask for a bachelor's and for the other one, we don't.
Do you
Well,
hear
I heard
that,
our librarian
Councilman
even has a
Risen?
master's.
I have a master's as well, sir, and I'm a
Yeah.
manager. Yes.
Oh, he didn't hear that.
Okay, all managers have BAs.
Yeah, all managers have BAs. No, we just had a discussion and I'm relaying the information that Mrs. Valamir said, that all managers have BAs, and if we changed it, then there would be an issue with the salaries. Is that correct?
There's a motion on the floor.
Yes, and it was second by Councilwoman Areola Fernandez.
All right. Okay. All right, well then we ready? Take a roll call?
Mhm.
Okay.
This is to remove the requirement.
On the recreational manager, remove the BA requirement, substitute it with high school diploma.
Councilwoman Wilson Fernandez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem David Romero.
Nay.
Mayor Bill Lodge.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
No.
Councilman Morris Rice.
Aye.
Passes. All right, passes 3-2. Okay. Moving to item number 12.
I'm gonna mute you, Mr. Rosen, so we can have Mr. Marcialo give his presentation.
Martha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, this is Dan, I'm here.
Okay.
That's fine. Good evening. Are you ready for me?
Yes, we are.
What is this pertaining to?
Hey, great, good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the city council.
Dan, the
Go
mayor's
ahead.
gonna read out the item.
Oh, okay, this is for the next item?
Yes, the next
All right. Welcome, sir. Let me read just the next item, and you can take it away. Consideration of approval of a resolution approving a preliminary official statement, bond purchase agreements, and appointing certain professionals in connection with the proposed issuance of water revenue bonds, Series 2020A, and wastewater revenue bonds, Series 2020B. You may speak, sir, if you like.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good evening.
Good evening.
And good evening to the members of the city council, city staff, and members of the public who are online here. This is Dan Mattiello. I'm the Senior Vice President at Cosmos Transaction Services, and we are the city's municipal advisor. And as you ably just read, Mr. Mayor, before you tonight, for your consideration, are resolutions that will enable the city, with the assistance of the Calexico Financing Authority, to sell bonds to obtain financing that will pay for the installation of major capital improvements to the city's water and wastewater systems.
Thank you, sir.
Are our rates pretty good right now, Dan?
What's that?
Are the rates pretty good?
I'm sorry, it's really hard to hear. Is that about, what are the ratings? Is that what you said?
Yeah, are the rates pretty good right now?
Oh, rates.
It-
Interesting.
bond rates.
You've heard, there's been a lot of volatility in the market, and that has settled down. And bond rates do remain pretty good. They are still at historic lows. They spiked at the end of March, and they came down to the month of April, up and down, up and down. And the good news is that specifically utility bonds that are backed by user fees and revenues like the water and wastewater bonds are in good and strong demand. So we do expect a very good performance and a strong sale when these bonds come to market.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else? Concerns, comments, questions? No? Okay.
Strongest parts is the
Yeah.
enterprise fund.
Right. Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to approve agenda item 12.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, Mrs. Gomez is not here. We need a roll count. So, we can do it? Okay.
On mute, though, Councilmember Rising.
One question though, Mr. Dale, are we going to utilize these bonds to purchase or to look into the biolac system for our water treatment?
Well, we don't want to, personally, I don't think we should sole source any particular company, so that's why I've been working with trying to get at least 2 companies to be worked into the specs. But yes, it is the wastewater treatment plant facility that is more than 70 years old and is needing of replacement, and this is, of course, us being proactive, getting ready for the next wave of development, and being ready as a city for that. So yes, it is for the wastewater treatment plant. It's also for the water side, where we're going to be refunding some of the bonds. Dan can interrupt me if I'm saying something incorrectly. So,
Okay.
question? No?
Strictly updating, improving, and making a better treatment plant for the city of Calexico.
This treatment plant will be good for the next
40 years.
several decades. Yes, correct.
Which is good.
It should last longer than it takes to pay back the bond for sure.
So then we got to go out to bid for,
The plans and specs are almost ready as we speak, ready to go to bid. This is one of the things we need to wait for to be able to have the funds in place to go to bid for. But it's ready. It's ready to go to bid practically.
okay, we have 2 plants, plant 1, plant 2, and.
Plant 1, plant 2 will go away.
Yeah, so we'll have a new
It will be
system.
one brand new system,
System.
and the plant 1, 2 will be abandoned.
What's the total cost?
It keeps changing, but it started at right now it's about, I want to say, $35 million. It's no small thing.
Chump change, no chump change.
But we didn't anticipate for this in the rate study, so the rates are already fixed in anticipation of this bond.
Do you take personal checks?
So we can only sell, and Dan can refute this, but we can only sell as much bonds as was put into the rate study. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't overdo it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Long in coming, long overdue.
yes. It's a good thing that we're doing. Yeah, we already had a motion, a second. Oh. Who's second?
Mrs.
Rose?
Mrs. Fernandez.
Mrs. Fernandez.
Councilwoman
Councilwoman
Fernandez. Yes.
Uh,
We're just waiting for
Now
roll call.
we're ready
We need
for
it on
roll-
mute.
Excuse me?
Councilmember Rising.
We haven't had a roll call.
Oh, no, we just needed to unmute him.
Oh.
Okay.
Unmute him, okay. All right, we're ready for a roll call.
Aye.
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 Okay, very good. That passes. Now we move on to item number 13, which deals with the same subject matter, but has to be discussed and voted under financing authority. But I'll still read the subject. Consideration of approval of a resolution approving a preliminary official statement bond purchase agreements and appointing certain professionals in connection with the proposed issuance of water revenue bonds, Series 2020A, and wastewater revenue bonds, Series 2020B.
Make a motion to approve?
All right, is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mayor Pro Tem. Roll call?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Abinadel,
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hart,
Aye?
Councilman Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilman Morris Myers.
Okay. Now, last agenda item is approval of letter of support for New River Improvement Project and Salton Sea Management Plan budget funding. Welcome, Mr. Figueroa.
Yes, so let's just remind all of us in our community, in the month of March, I attended a state senate and a state assembly budget hearing, at which at that point, the funding proposed for the New River from the general fund from the state of California in the amount of $18 million was unanimously recommended for approval. Last week in the budget May revision, which is pretty much one of the most important parts of the state budget process, because that's when certain projects or programs get cut, the New River project was still able to stay on. And obviously there was concern given the pandemic we're going through and the allocation of resources that the state is moving to make sure that we can provide the adequate services to Californians when it comes to the pandemic. Having said that, today in the morning at noon, we had a Zoom meeting with Assemblymember Garcia, representatives of every city in the county of Imperial, and community-based organizations, because tomorrow there's going to be a key hearing in Sacramento. And it's going to be a virtual meeting in which all of us that were on today are going to participate with our testimony. It's going to be a 1-minute testimony that we're going to give, because this is another hurdle that we need to pass in order for the resources for the New River to remain once the June 10th budget comes around, which is pretty much the last version of the budget before it goes up for approval and a vote. So what we're trying to do right now is seek your approval of this support letter. What I'll do is, if it's granted, I'm going to submit it first thing tomorrow morning so it can be part of the budget meeting that's going to take place tomorrow.
Sorry. Okay.
We tagged Salton Sea also to it?
Well, we, at the end of the day, let's not forget that the 3 infrastructure projects that could get constructed if this money stays in the state budget for 2021 is under the umbrella of the New River Improvement Strategic Plan, which is its priority is to address the public health threat and Salton Sea.
I don't want to play. Are we asking questions now?
Yeah.
I don't want to play devil's advocate. I just heard, recently we saw the news that they're looking to do a 10% cut on state employees. Do you think it'll take an effect on this budget?
We're less than a month to know. There was a lot of work that was done here at the local level,
Right.
At the regional level with Coachella Valley, and up in Sacramento with the California Environmental Protection Agency and the California Natural Resources Agency, because both of their secretaries are supporting and pleaded to the governor that these monies had to remain in the budget. As a result of that, we made it past the May revise. we can't say that it's a done deal. That's why we're continuing to keep the same amount of pressure
Right.
to make sure that it sticks around for the final budget.
Okay, I just have a practical question here. Looks like I have to sign it.
Yes, sir.
How soon did you want to submit this?
If this council approves, I'll make sure you sign it tonight.
Okay.
So I can submit it tomorrow, first thing prior to the budget hearing.
I had it, I thought Gabby, and I don't see
No,
Gabby.
no.
Oh,
No.
it's there. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Okay.
Facts.
All right. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve agenda item 14.
All right. So move second by Councilman Pacheco. All right, roll call.
Councilwoman Rosas Fernandez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Diego Rivera.
Aye.
Mayor Bill Hart.
Aye.
Councilman Luis Pacheco.
Aye.
Councilman Morris Ryder.
Aye.
All right, it passes unanimously, Mr. Figueroa. Okay. Now, that concludes our discussion and voting on the items. Now, last future agenda items.
I don't have anything at this
No?
moment.
Not at the moment, Mr. Mayor.
Our flag is still not half-mast. We keep creeping up, and now it's close to over 90,000.
92,000.
So we need to, I'm either there, here, and at the police station, if we have a flag, we need to let them know that we are seriously reminded daily that we're losing lives to this virus, and that we're trying to maintain distancing and wearing masks and trying to avoid large crowds. So I think we need to show the public that we are respectful of those lost lives.
Okay. And I don't have any future agenda items. So is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, just say
Aye.
aye.
Aye. Ms. Lovatos, we meet tomorrow? We have a meeting tomorrow? Budget? Who's on deck?
We have recreation.
Yeah, I was worried.
We have housing, and economic development, and services.
Black Panther.
And administration.
We're done, Morris.
But it's gonna be at
At
3 o'clock. Okay. Tomorrow, budget meeting, Mr. Hodge.
Yes.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Forgot to mention it.
3 o'clock, mañana.
Yes, we are. I'll turn you off.
Thank you.
Good night.
But
Okay.
Carlos, you got out of the house, drove down, smelled some clean air. Salt. Salton Sea.
Bye-bye.
Well, you're not coming tomorrow for the budget.